Hello, Florence. Welcome back.
Hi, Bettina.
Hi, and welcome everyone listening, tuning in to today's Culture Vulture conversation where we talk about culture honestly and openly. Today, our thoughts were with, that empathy that you show others when you try to understand what they are going through. So if I was to understand what you are going through in some situation as a Black person in German society, then how would you understand that I do have empathy? What would show you? How can I help you understand that I have empathy for you? What
Well,
would it take?
yeah, that what you always do, you ask. You ask questions. You want to understand. You want to know. You want to share the feelings, my feelings. Yeah. This is something that shows me that you care and you have empathy. For me personally, there's not always the need that the other person does something, like answering my questions to others or telling others not to ask me this or that, yeah, or to interfere in certain situations. For me, that's not always necessary. Necessary is that the other person listens. The other person does not try to belittle me and situations I talk about. And yeah, the other person wants to understand. That's for me the basic and most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, if we look at the experience that I had when I have empathy, I can feel what you are going through, right? In a way. And sometimes if that doesn't come naturally because I don't have that experience, that's why I ask, right? And also trying to understand your perspective, even though sometimes it is so completely different from what I experience. And trying to understand not only that you are a Black person in Germany, having grown up as a German, but also having all, the history of your family, the experience of your family, of your original family, your parents. And yeah, sometimes I cannot grasp it right away. And then we chat so much. You wouldn't believe, people who are listening today, how much we chat in the background
That's
and how
true.
much is going on. And it is really so enriching for me also. And that's the only way I can develop that empathy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We also talked about in one of our culture vulture talks about that allyship or accomplishship, but also saviors, right? The difference between the three. And I would see empathy as that allyship, and if it is paired with action, as an accomplice, being an accomplice.
Yeah,
Which, but also, yeah, answers our question, can empathy exist without action? Absolutely.
yeah,
And
it can. It can. Sometimes we need the actions, but not always. Sometimes it's only looking at somebody that matters and that makes the difference.
yeah, and giving them the also maybe for you to have the space to discuss things that sometimes might not be given. I would
Yeah,
like to give you that space
yeah.
also, but I'm
And
genuinely
right,
curious.
and not to question certain situations. That's what I all often, not always, but often experience that when I talk about situations, the people question that. Yeah.
Question your experience.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And
yeah,
I mean, when I talk about a certain experience, I'm not talking about that experience so that the other person can tell me how I shall feel.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
that I tell the person how I feel.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
And if then that needs support for whatever it is that you might need help with, then it will be compassion also that plays a part in it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Having that understanding and jumping in, and then it would be paired with action. So yeah, is empathy still empathy if nobody feels it? I would say no, but empathy is still empathy if you can feel it, even though I'm not jumping into action, correct?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that is maybe a little bit complex also, but yeah, I'm happy if you do understand it, even if sometimes there is no action following up. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, I do. And I hope our viewers do too.
Yes. Share your views by all means. Let us know how you think about it. Can empathy exist without action? Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Florence, today.
Thank you for asking again, dear Bettina.
You're very welcome.
Bye.